Welcome back to Central Valley Business, where we celebrate what's good about Fresno and the Valley. And I'll tell you what's good about the Fresno and the Valley is Central Valley veterans. And our guests are Kimberly Raymond, all the way in the end, and Deborah Riordan. Tell me about what is Central Valley Veterans?
Well, Central Valley Veterans is an all-volunteer nonprofit. We provide emergency help to veterans, active service members, and their families.
Emergency help.
Emergency help. So that kind of help is usually in the form of rent support, security deposits. So we either trying to get folks into permanent housing or keep them in there. We pay utility bills, car repairs, so folks can look for work.
Something goes wrong.
If something goes wrong, we try to be there.
Yeah.
Now, we don't try to recreate what other organizations have. We're all funded by community donations and some corporate donations. So we don't have restrictions like other organizations do as far as we don't have a means test. We can make a decision our board can make a decision very quickly and respond to, say somebody's getting their power turned off that day. We can make sure a payment gets made so the power stays on, especially for families, you know.
And they don't have to produce a bunch of documents and forms.
No, it's a very simple application form and the bill. That's
Veteran
all we
is
need.
trying to get a job and trying to get his car started, and he needs a job, wants a job, and he just has that one little obstacle, and you're able to help remove it.
Yep. We even help with gas. We find folks get to the VA for medical services and then don't have enough gas to get home.
To get home, yeah.
So.
But now, and there's another fantastic thing I heard about that you guys do. There's a house near the Veterans Hospital.
Yes, and a couple years ago we were able, through a very generous donation, to buy outright a small single-family house with 3 bedrooms, and we call it the Hospitality House. And so it is a house like a Ronald McDonald House, but it's for families that have loved ones at the VA, either having surgery or having tests or having chemo, and it's completely free. And it's close to the hospital. So we're very proud of that because this is something that was sustained by the community, and we feel very strongly that our community can support our veterans and our active service members.
People don't realize how expensive it is to be sick, even if you have full coverage for
Exactly.
medical. Somebody has a heart attack or has an emergency, has to go to the hospital, and a lot of people have to travel to our Veterans Hospital.
Exactly.
And then the spouse or the family can have a place to stay for free, absolutely
Yeah,
for
and
free.
we include food too.
And
So
food,
we
sure.
provide, we have a good store of canned type foods, but we will stock the refrigerator with perishable foods as well.
Now, this all sounds expensive.
It is.
To always be helping somebody with their PG&E bill, car breaks down. There's always something. And how do you raise money to cover all these costs?
Well, we're very proud that last year we were able to provide over $83,000 in direct veteran services to 300 families, veteran families and active service members. And so we rely on the community donations. Our big deal, our largest fundraiser is coming up November 3rd at the Clovis Veterans Memorial District. And it is the signature event for folks that want to donate directly for our Valley vets. We respond to requests all the way from Merced down to Porterville and all the way into Kings County and Mariposa County. So we have a wide area that we support. And I'd like to have Kimberly tell you a little bit more about our Star Spangled Ball. This is our 6th year.
Oh my goodness.
And so we're still learning the ropes and trying new things, trying to be innovative. And so I'm going to turn it over to Kimberly.
Thanks. I'm Kimberly Raymond, and I've been helping with Central Valley Veterans as a volunteer, which Deb didn't mention, but everyone on the board and those that help with Central Valley Veterans are all volunteer. So we have no paid employees. So what does that mean? Well, that means that for every dollar that's donated, about 93 cents goes back directly to the veteran.
That's one of the highest ratios I've ever heard of any charity ever.
So, and we're proud of that. I mean, to have such a successful organization who can do it on, a shoestring budget, to say the least. But let me talk about our fundraiser. We are so excited this year. This is our 6th annual Star Spangled Ball event. It's a semi-formal event. Tickets are $100 a person, and we have corporate sponsorships and different levels of giving throughout the event. What's exciting about it for me is this is my 5th year, and we are actually going to have a first-time guest speaker at our event, and that is Dr. Victor Davis Hanson, and he has his newest book out, The Second World Wars. it's a much longer title, but I'm going to stick with that. Dr. Hansen has graciously decided to come and speak to us about this book. And also we'll have a meet and greet event. So you, and if you have friends that are coming along, can enjoy about an hour with Dr. Hansen, talk about his book. He can sign your book, and you can get a portrait taken with him. And also there is some light appetizers and wine, and it's just kind of a fun kickoff to the actual ball.
And I'm a historian, so I really like the history part. But there's another part I like too, right next to the book there.
There's a lot of history in this bottle too. This is part of our high dollar raffle. So what that means is we call it a double shot. So we have a shotgun that's a Remington Model 870 that's been donated. So we're going to raffle it off that night. So you buy the bottle of whiskey for $40, and that is your buy-in to the winning of the Remington. So there's only going to be 40 tickets sold. So you have 1 in 40 chance.
So you have 40 bottles of this whiskey.
Yes, sir.
You buy the bottle of whiskey. Do you have to go to do that? I mean, I can't.
Yeah,
Okay.
you absolutely have. You have to
We
be
want you
there.
there.
I'll have to
We
send
want you there.
I'll have to send a proxy. I'll be flying that day to see my
Oh.
kids in New York.
Okay,
but
that'll be fun.
I understand you don't have to be there to donate.
You do not need to be there to donate. You can simply go on our website at centralvalleyveterans.org. We have buttons all over the website for donations. You can buy your tickets there. You can also do sponsorships if you would like. Those are all on there. You can find us all over social media. So we're on Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, which is a great way to just kind of see what we do and hear some testimonials about what we've done throughout the community. And then, of course, we're on Twitter as well.
Now, both of you are parents of veterans,
Yes.
and that's how you got involved.
Yes.
Yes.
A little bit.
and more than that. So my sons went to Buchanan High School. And I think everybody knows that Buchanan High School was hit very hard with casualties of Operation Enduring Freedom and Operation Iraqi Freedom. Our best friend, one of our best friends, lost her son there, and immediately after his death, my son enlisted. So that was a very difficult time. And so I felt that it was important to support those that did return to us in honor of those that didn't. And that's kind of our motto. That's what we live by every day. We try to do very best to be very responsive to every request. And so that's how we got started.
Now, I was born in a very interesting time. There's this little gap. People who were born in 1959 never had to register for the draft.
Exactly.
Those older than us did and those younger than us did. So I always felt a little guilty over that. But in years, I developed a philosophy that they went, so I didn't have to.
Exactly.
They
That's
went
true.
for me. So those of us who didn't have to go or didn't choose to go, there's a way to say thanks to those
Exactly.
who went
Yes.
and who are still going, and that's to help Central Valley veterans, where virtually all the money goes to help a veteran in need. A lot of veterans will go their whole lives and not need any help.
Exactly.
But everybody, sooner or later, hits a speed bump. You're between paychecks and some disaster happens, or, as you said, somebody just needs to get their first home, and you can help them with a security deposit or something like that. And by the way, as a guy who's in real estate, I could tell you this, any veteran watching, you could use your veterans benefits to get into a home for nothing down.
I know. Yes.
And so there's a lot of benefits for veterans out there, and there's a lot of people who, just out of the goodness of their heart, totally volunteer this whole organization, and they're
Yes.
there to help and support and hold up veterans. So we can say thanks by going to the website, which is,
CentralValleyVeterans.org.
and
Very simple.
make a little donation or a regular donation or a large donation. We're hitting the end of the year, and you could look at your taxes and say, oh, I better give some money somewhere. This is a place to do it. Anything else you want them to know or want to go over?
We love our veterans. We want to make this community the most veteran-friendly in the United States. We work with a lot of organizations to leverage our funding so that we maximize the impact on our veterans and our active service members, and we're very proud of what we do.
Very good.
Absolutely.
Central Valley Veterans. Now, centralvalleyveterans.org. And is there a number they can call our viewers?
Yeah, they can call my phone number, which is 559-281-0784.
Yeah, and the reason they have so much giant proportion to give is because they don't have receptionists or secretaries or even a building that you
We don't have a building, and we get a lot of in-kind. My husband and I have a family business, and a lot of the postage and envelopes
Yes,
and
it's
printing
covered.
goes through there, so we can keep our costs down.
And we can
Same
say
with Kimberly, she does a lot of in-kind support.
it's expensive to be a
Expensive,
volunteer, isn't
it
it?
is,
And
sometimes.
Dowling, Aaron, and Keeler, they donate space for you to have your meetings for your
Dowling
conference.
Aaron Incorporated, there's no
Dowling
Keeler
Aaron
anymore, I don't want to get in trouble.
Dowling, Aaron,
Yeah, they
Incorporated.
do, they donate space for us for our board meetings, and also Keller Williams occasionally donates space for our meetings, so we're
Very good.
very grateful.
Very good. Central Valley Veterans, if you want to help and you didn't write down the information like centralvalleyveterans.org or the phone number and you want to reach them, call me right here at Central Valley Talk and I'll keep the information on my desk and I'll give it to you. And their big event is November 3rd. That's a Friday, I think.
That's correct.
November 3rd at Clovis Veterans Memorial
District.
District. Oh, by the way, at the ball, besides the meet and greet and the speaker, does something go on? A ball kind of hints that there's...
Oh, yeah.
There's a lot of fun that goes on. We have live auctions, so that's going to be exciting. We have a few things in there, and I'll just give you a little sneak preview of them. We have a Grizzly donation. So the Fresno Grizzlies have donated a suite for 13 of your best friends to come along with you.
Wow.
You can watch a game, and you can even throw out the first pitch.
Wow,
So that's one of the things. And then Fresno Police Department is doing the Skywatch. So you can go on a ride-along with the
Ride-along.
Fresno PD if you're brave and get in that helicopter and have a bird's eye view of that. So there's a couple things that'll be offered. There is some dancing. There's a dessert auction, and Revs in Clovis is providing the meal. Preparing the meal. Brian Velasquez, who is the chef there, is a United States Marine Corps veteran. So it was really fun to partner up with them. And if you've not tried Rubs, they're amazing in Old Town Clovis.
Steak dinner, too.
Yes, it
Not
is a steak.
chicken, steak.
Nope,
The
steak.
fundraiser, by the way, is called the Star Spangled Ball. It's held on November the 3rd. What time?
The doors open at 5:30. The meet and greet starts at 5, but the doors open at 5:30.
Very good. We'll be back with more Central Valley business right after this.